Hi guys, today's tutorial we're going to put some abs onto someone using Photoshop. Now the first thing you're going to do, you're going to get your model like this for instance, and I've got another picture here with abs, and basically what we're going to do, you're going to use the selection tool, going to go around the actual midsection here really roughly because we're going to fix this up later on, and we're going to select that with the move tool, go up, go to the other image and drag and drop it into there. Now we've got the transformation box here in the top left or whatever corner you like. You can just move it down to into position. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to line up the Adam's apple. So I'm going to put the opacity down so I can see what I'm dealing with here. Just lining that up there, that's good. And I'll put the opacity back up. Now obviously I want to get rid of that black part there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mask this layer. A lot of people like using masks, so we're going to stick with using a mask. Now, as it's a small size, that's really, the file's a small size. I'm not going to go for a big size brush. And I'll just step back there. Go and get the selection tool. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold down the shift key and maneuver it into position. A bit more to the outline, curvature of her body. That's okay. Now again I'm going to go to edit, transform and warp. And I'm just going to warp it around a bit, the image, so that it doesn't look too unreal. It's a bit more realistic. Okay, that looks good like that. Turn the layer off, put it back on. Yep, that's fine. Now underneath here, what we're going to do, we're just going to get the mask. Make sure we go underneath there, around here, around the edges, because we don't want hard edges. Now, go down. Don't worry about the colour at this stage. We're going to be changing that later on. I'm just going around the edges here, so I'm making it a smooth contour. Okay, I just want to get away from the edges if I can. Okay, that's pretty good. That's good. Now I'm going to hit the actual right click the layer, convert it to smart object, right click layer again, I'm just going to rasterize it. Now I want to change the color and match that color. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go up to image, adjustments and color balance. Now it's obviously a lot more redder and yellower. So you know, the tone for the yellow. So that's good enough at this stage. Go to the shadows and do the same thing. I'm just going to move a little bit here, not too much. Okay, that'll do us. Now, her image is a lot more, how can I say, less, it's more pixelated than the actual abs. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to select on it, and I'm going to go up to filter, and then I'm going to blur the image. That was good. And now with the abs, I'm going to blur that as well. I'm going to blur that more because it's already quite blurred. Now, this is the piece of this is how you do the bits and pieces. This is the trick for it. Right click the background layer, make a duplicate, turn the bottom one off. Now click on the top one, which is the abs. Now there's two different ways you can do this. You can just right click it and select pixels, or you can just hold the command key while you click on it. And it actually just selects that section. Now the thing is, we want to have a bleed around it. I'll go back, zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. At the moment it's just selected outside the actual image. So I'm going to go to select, get into modify and contract. Now what that's going to do is contract the actual selection, and we're going to contract it down by 15. See how that goes because it's quite a small image. That's contracted down quite a bit. It might be too much, but it should be okay. Now what I'm going to go, I'm going to hit that layer here, and while I've still got this selected like that, contracted, I'm just going to hit delete. as you can see here on the layer, if I take the top one off, I've just eliminated that section where the apps are going to be. Now what we're going to do, we're going to hold the Command key and select the top two keys, so top two layers. I'm going to go to Edit. I'm going to go down to this new Butte tool called Auto Blend Layers. Now that's fine like that, seamless, content aware. You want content aware. Because what it's going to do, it's going to take content aware, it's going to take that outside there, outside the selection, and the orange. It's going to take those two and mix them together. Hit OK and just wait. And there we go. That's looking pretty good. How good's that? Now, that's how you do that. That's quite interesting actually how it's done. Now, you're going to have bits and pieces like these little edges here and stuff like this. That's fine. What you're going to do, what I usually do, a lot of people just finish there, flatten the layer, and that's it. But as you can see, her picture there is quite defined as to the abs. So what I'm going to do, holding the Command key, I'm going to group the whole three of them. 1, 2, and 3. While I've still got the holding down the Command key, hit G, and that groups that. So I'm going to right click the group, convert to smart object, right click the group, and rasterize. Turn the background layer on. I'm going to unlock it. I'm going to duplicate that. Yep. Now it's going to drag and drop it over the top of the one that we've already created. And hit the mask, get the black brush, and I'm just going to correct around where the abs are going to go. So I'm just going to go all the way up here. That's fine. Not all the way through it. Now, as you can see there, so what we're going to do, we're going to go to group 1, and we're going to hit the patch tool, and very slow, very carefully, I'm going to go around that section like that, and drag it. What that's done is actually mixed them together, so that's cool. Now, the other thing I'm going to do, that's because it's quite smooth. So I'm going to add a noise filter to it. Filter, noise, add noise. Now, obviously, that's too much, 5. Let's go for 2. That's better. That looks more like it. If you go to configuration and do it, it's very hard. So you just want uniform. There we go. So that's looking quite good and detailed. Flatten the image, layer, flatten, and zoom in a bit here. Now, as we can see, we've got the differences here. I'm just going to go back a bit and make sure we've got this group here. Filter and blur it. There are. Now it's matching. Skin tones and everything's matching here. Layer, flatten. I'm just going to use the patch tool. And just go around this dark area here. I'm just going to match this up. Let's go up to a lighter area so it blends in better. Now we have got this like indentation going here, which is part of the abs, and it's part of the model stomach there. So ab muscles coming out, sticking out. Unfortunately, it just doesn't look realistic. It looks like we've really actually pasted it in there. So I'm just going to use the same tool again, the patch tool. I'm just going to go around that section there and get a lighter section. That'll let it blend in more. Now it's too light, so I'm just going to select it again and go to a darker area and blend it in like that. That's fine. A bit more darker area. That's better. It looks good. Alright guys, now what we're going to do, we're just going to go to Image Adjustments, Exposure, We're just going to put the gamma correction up a little bit, so it gives a bit more tone in there. It really shows up a little bit more. I'm just going to fix that up there. What's that color? Yeah, and we're pretty much done. Cheers.